Oscar Isaac is burning the candle at both ends in Moon Knight. And not just because his character, Mark Spector, has dissociative identity disorder. He serves multiple narrative purposes in the Disney Plus series that also introduces us to a new Marvel hero. As Mark Spector, Isaac gets to be the badass mercenary and superhero Moon Knight. But as Stephen Grant, one of Mark's alternate personalities, Isaac gets to be the audience surrogate. He is our entry into this new chapter in the MCU that has very little connective tissue to anything even remotely Avengery. Judging by the first episode, Moon Knight is not the profane romp that comic book readers may have anticipated from the mercenary who serves a moon god. Our day in the life of Stephen Grant starts with him cheerfully chirping at his neighbors.
Hey mate, still selling the old brushes and brooms, right?
Before heading off to work at the National Gallery in London's Trafalgar Square. His boss, Donna, insults everything about him, from his knowledge of Egyptian mythology to his flirting skills. Something is off, however. Another co-worker, Dylan, asks if they are still on for their date Friday, but he doesn't remember asking her out. The uneasy feeling only grows when, despite a meticulous nighttime routine, he wakes up in Germany. It's not difficult to see why Stephen thinks he's dreaming. He's surrounded by poppies, his jaw is broken, a gold scarab is in his pocket, and people are shooting at him. The cold open introduces us to Arthur in the middle of a self-flagellation ritual that ended with him putting glass shards in his sandals. Arthur performs a ritual to their goddess, Ammit, and then kills one of his followers on the spot. Arthur's guards inform him that they've been ambushed and lost the scarab, which leads him to discover Stephen in the crowd, who he believes to be the mercenary. Stephen doesn't want trouble and tries to give the scarab to Arthur, but his body resists. Someone else seems to take control. Stephen blacks out and wakes up covered in blood, seemingly having killed the guards. Eventually, Stephen disassociates from the chase entirely. He wakes up in bed, safe in his ankle restraints. While the tape on the door is undisturbed, his fish now has 2 fins, and he's 2 days late for his date. He's been asleep for 3 days. Back at his flat, he pokes around and finds a secret compartment with the key to a storage unit and a flip phone, with missed calls from a woman named Layla. She calls again, and when Stephen answers, Layla claims that she has been trying to reach him for months. She also calls him Mark, and claims to recognize Stephen's voice, but not the accent. Speaking of the accent, it's at this moment that a voice speaks to Stephen.
Stephen.
This, as far as we know, is Mark Spector. Mark warns Stephen to stop before he gets himself in trouble. The lights start flickering. An intimidating figure who looks like he's wearing a Sleep No More mask chases Stephen down the hall. Comic readers know that this is Khonshu, the Egyptian god of the moon. Once again, he blacks out and wakes up somewhere else. This time on the bus outside of Tottenham Court Road Station, and once again pursued by Arthur Darrow. Stephen makes it to the museum, but Arthur is right behind him, and is allowed in by the various followers on the museum staff. Arthur explains that he's only trying to use the justice of Ammit to rid the world of past, present, and future evil by any means possible. As Stephen could probably tell you, Ammit was an Egyptian deity known as the Devourer of the Dead. Arthur uses his cane to judge Stephen, but Ammit does not give a definitive reading.
There's chaos in you.
Stephen tries to go back to work, but the lights go out, and Stephen is attacked by wolves that resemble Egyptian jackals. Arthur demands over the museum's PA system that Stephen give him the scarab. He finds refuge in the bathroom and sees Mark Spector clearly in the mirror on either side of him for the first time. Stephen freezes while Mark paces back and forth. reflecting an infinite number of times behind him. Mark calmly and coolly tells Stephen that this is real, this is happening, and to give him control so he can get them out of there safely. Stephen relinquishes control to Mark, who then summons a white suit of armor that materializes around his body, shoulders first, like he's getting strapped into a roller coaster.